getting our wiggles out. We had a nice little talk about brushing teeth. And now we're going to be picking up back in Mom's bed with the Wind in the Willows. Okay. She takes out the washing on Monday morning and brings it in on Friday evening. This is a Thursday. Now, this is what occurs to me. You're very rich. At least you're always telling me so. And she's very poor. A few pounds wouldn't make any difference to you, and it would mean a lot to her. Now, I think if you were properly approached, squared, I believe is your words animals use, you could come to some arrangement by which she would let you have her dress and a bonnet, and so on. You could escape from the castle as of the official washerwoman. Hi, Game Professor, Professor Gamer. You're awesome, by the way. Thank you for your support. Um, you guys, I am Professor Gamer is a really cool person, by the way. So just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you very much. Thank you. I very much look up to you. Then, oh, sorry, I lost my spot. I'm silly. Okay. We're not, said the toad in a huff. I have a very elegant figure for what I am. So, has my aunt replied, for the girl, for what she is, but have it your own way, you horrid, proud, and grateful animal, when I'm sorry for you and trying to help you. Yes, yes, that's all right. Thank you very much indeed, said the toad hurriedly. But look here, you wouldn't surely have Mr. Toad of Hall going on all about the countryside disguised as a washerwoman. Then you can stop here as a toad, replied the girl with much spirit. I suppose you want to go off in a coach and four. Honest was the toad, ready to admit himself was wrong. You are a good, kind, clever girl, he said, and I'm indeed proud of you. And a stupid toad. Introduce me to your worthy aunt, if you will be so kind, and I have no doubt the excellent lady and I will be in a range of terms satisfactory to both parties. Next evening, the girl ushered her aunt into the toad's cell, bearing his week's washing pinned up in a towel. The old lady had been prepared beforehand and for the interview, in the sight of a certain gold sovereigns that Toad had thoughtfully placed on the table in the full, practically completed the manner that left the further to discuss. In return for his cash, Toad received a cotton print gown and an apron, a shawl, and a rusty black bonnet. The only stipulation the old lady made was that she should be gagged and bound and dumped down in a corner. By this not very convincing artifact, she explained, aided in the picturesque fiction which she could supply herself. She hoped it to return her situation in spite of the suspicious appearance of things. Toad was delighted with the suggestion. It would enable him to leave the prison in style, and with his reputation for being desperate and dangerous fellow, untarnished, and repeatedly held Goler's daughter to make her aunt appear as much possible the victim of circumstances over which she had no control. I am Professor Game. Is that not crazy that we just read this passage? It's been a long time since I've read this book. It's like 100 years old or more. And going back into it, like this is a children's book. And some of his books were pulled from schools, by the way. The Golden Age was one of them. That's one of the ones we're gonna read. But anyways, we'll go back to the story. The toad was delighted with the suggestion. It would enable him to leave the prisoner in some style. This book is called The Wind in the Willows. It's in the Gutenberg thing, Gutenberg Project. But I actually read it in 4th grade, and it happened to be one of my favorite books. I went to a British school, and this is a British author. Now it's your turn, Toad, said the girl. Take off that coat and waistcoat of yours. You're fat enough as it is. Shaking with laughter, she proceeded in a hook and eye. You're very welcome. And into the cotton print gown, arranged the shawl with professional fold, and tied the strings of the rusty bonnet under his chin. You, the very image of her, she giggled. I'm only sure you've never looked half so respectable in your life before. Now the toad said bye-bye and good luck. Go straight down your way and come up. If anyone goes, say anything to you, as they probably will. Being but men, you can chaff back a bit, of course, but remember you're a widow woman, quite alone in the world with a character to lose. With the quicker heart and the firm footstep that he could command, Toad set forth cautiously on what seemed to be the most harebrained, hazardous undertaking. But he was soon. Let me just change the page here. Thank you. Agreeably surprised to find how easily everything was made for him, and the little humbled as he thought both of his popularity and the sex that seemed to inspire it were really another's. The washerwoman's squat figure in its familiar cotton print seemed a passport for every barred door and a grim gateway, even when he hesitated. The uncertain as to right turning to take, he found himself helped out of his difficulty by the warder to next gate, anxious to be off to tea, summoning him to come along sharp and keep him waiting right there at night. The chaff was a humorous sallies, to which he was subjected, to which, of course, he had chief danger for Toad, was an animal with strong sense of dignity, and the chaff was mostly, he thought, poor and clumsy, and the humor of the sallies entirely lacking. However, he kept his temper through the great difficulty and suited its retorts to his company and supposed character, and did his best not to overstep the limits. It seemed hours before he crossed his last courtyard and rejected pressing invitations from the last guardroom. The dogged outspread of arms was the last warder, pleading with stimulation, passion for one farewell embrace. But he heard the wicket gate out the door click behind him, and felt the fresh air of the outward world of the anxious brow that he knew was free. Hi, Slate Girl. It's nice to meet you. Dizzy with the geez, I watched Chad. Just having, Lord help. Okay, dizzy with the easy success of his daring, not knowing in the least. what he should, all I can think of is, yes, I have a dog on my channel. Oh, jeez, y'all. Thanks for making me laugh. Okay. Dizzy was the next success of his daring exploit. He walked quickly towards the summons of the lights in the town, not knowing in the least what he should do next, only quite certain of one thing, that he must remove himself as quickly as possible from the neighborhood where the lady was forced to represent, so well known in the popular of a character before. I've been watching your YouTube shorts now and just started skating. Aw, that makes my day. Thank you so much. And Slay Girl, I don't know if you watch Chad, but it's funny. She goes through and she finds people who write Slay on their thing. And so I was just teasing. I was like, oh no, oh dear, not after today. But Professor Gamer, that really made my day, I have to tell you. I'm so glad that you've started skating because it frees your brain. It's like flying, but not. It really does. And it's also easy on your joints, other than running, I have to say. Square pads. Anyways, I'm sorry for being silly right now. You guys are awesome, and I greatly appreciate you. And I hope you have very wonderful dreams. And I have a silent sleeper over here. Until tomorrow night, keep it crispy, everybody. Good night and sweet dreams.